Hello and welcome back to Let's Talk Movies. If you are new here, please like and subscribe for future content. Well, we have a huge, and I mean a huge, leak coming from Reddit coming for Avengers EndGame. So, the biggest thing with all this is obviously we do have to take it for a pinch of salt. However, reading through it, there is some things that could happen, and they've been theorized before. However, it's a very long post, so we're going to be here quite a while. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to read out what's going on, and I'll leave a link below for the actual website, for the Reddit page, and you can give it a read yourself, because as I say, it is a very long post. So, without further ado, let's get into Avengers EndGame supposedly plot details. So, the guy who's posted it, he said, they have said, first of all, you don't have to attack me if you don't believe. I'm not asking you to believe on what you're reading. Just watch the movie and luckily you'll remember where you saw it. So, I'm a worker on contract basis for one of the production companies that got its contract with the production Infinity War EndGame terminated. Ooh. It happened because someone, that wasn't me, was leaking information on 4chan and here, and the Disney police weren't able to confirm the source, but they had a general idea where it came from. So this company and 2 other production companies got fired. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. So, it goes on, first of all, from the very first day I joined the project, the title was always EndGame. And I heard from the directors themselves the title was set years ago. So when they got hired for Captain America 2, very early Marvel was impressed with the script and the pitch and went ahead to offer them, the brothers, so asked the Russo brothers and Marcus and McFeely, Civil War and Avengers 3 and 4. Obviously, Captain America 2 is my favourite Marvel movie. It's such a good film. It's literally in my top 5 because The Winter Soldier is not a superhero film on certain levels. It's a bit like how The Dark Knight wasn't really a superhero film. It was more of a cops and robbers film with, obviously, Batman and the Joker taking the place of Al Pacino and Robert De Niro from Heat. So, when they go on, basically, the idea to shoot scenes for Avengers 4 with Infinity War fell short at the time when we were shooting it. Everyone in the production was feeling the tone for both movies didn't match. The actors complained, the directors were aware of it, but, obviously Disney was putting pressure on them. Financially, it cost much less for them to shoot a big part of EndGame concurrently with Infinity War. Plus, they had issue to negotiate an extension to the actors' contracts. That's why EndGame had 4 reshoots, to redo almost everything from the ground up. Very few members of the press are aware of this number, and when we were supposed to return for number 4, Disney gave us the boot. Regarding the movie, oh boy, I don't know what to say. To be honest, the script went through profound alterations. I'll tell you a huge one. Captain Marvel. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So, he does go on to say about they didn't want to include Captain Marvel at all in Infinity War and on EndGame. They felt the story deserved to end up with the original characters, but Disney and Marvel Studios desperately wanted to introduce Carol Danvers in Infinity War. The idea was too late to give her own origin movie boosted up by the Avengers. That's quite interesting actually, because even with all this, and when he goes on to say Captain Marvel movie, it was meant to come out in July 2018, which we said in a previous video, it's almost like they, it just goes on. A lot of things have happened and a lot of things have been said, and this actually it doesn't confirm because obviously we need to just go on it like it was a, obviously like we have been saying regarding Captain Marvel. There's been rumours going around that Captain Marvel may have been cut from EndGame or there's a different cut of EndGame. But it's got by here though. It's got naturally the argument that ended up with both sides making concessions. Captain Marvel was excluded from Infinity War, but they had to include her in EndGame. Just to shut off this matter, Captain Marvel we are seeing today was expected by Disney. Their social media numbers projected the Captain Marvel movie to face challenges, and they ordered from everyone involved to prepare for 2 cuts, one with the original Captain Marvel plan and another cutting down the character's participation in case Captain Marvel flops. So with that, again, take it with a grain of salt. It's it's not accurate. We don't know what's going to happen, because we're still just over a month away from EndGame. So, and he does go on to say, so until he was involved, this is what he knew about the movie. Captain Marvel has an alliance with the Nova Force. The movie starts with Captain Marvel investigating a distress call from Xander before the decimation. Roman Day's family gets dusted in front of him and Captain Marvel. Marvel gets a notification from Fury on the pager, but she can't go because Roman Day is going after Thanos, and she wasn't able to convince him. Captain Marvel owes to the Nova Troop, and especially to Roman, because she wasn't around when Ronan attacked. Ant-Man will explore the quantum realm before falling on a time vortex. That, based on the arts I've seen, it looks more like Stream. He thinks he made a bad decision when he realises he's in 1996, right after Captain Marvel leaves. So we have seen photos, obviously, of Ant-Man in character, and obviously with Captain America, Iron Man, all in their first Avengers movie in their costumes. So that'll be interesting to see if anything comes out there. And it goes on to say, the thing is, he had to go to a specific timeline to get a Kree device from Nick Fury. Fury thinks Scott Lang is a Skrull, and he nicely jokes that, "Oh God, I almost didn't recognise you without the eye patch. You were the spy that helped me to get home arrest after helping Captain America." This is how Nick Fury discovers Captain America was still alive. In the Benatar, Tony and Nebula learn that Rocket started the installation of a quantum system that makes possible to jump between different points on the universe, but they don't have enough power. Nebula finds one remaining Anulux battery on the Benatar, and that's how they'll power it up, and with parts inside the ship, they finish the job. The scene on the Super Bowl spot in the Avengers facility is when they're arriving. Paul Rudd and Sean Gunn are in that scene, by the way. Rocket is the one saving them from crashing on Earth. The rescue suit is created after Tony returns. Pepper will end up saving him at the end. And obviously we've also had rumours, obviously, that Gwyneth Paltrow, she's actually come out and said herself that she's not going to appear in any more films after EndGame. Day and Marvel will arrive in Titan 2, and they'll see Thanos standing, still waiting for them with a damaged gauntlet on his hand. The thing is, he thought his work was done, and he never bothered to recover the gauntlet. Thanos recovers the gauntlet with a reality, power, and the time stones. Captain Marvel attacks all she got, but she can't keep up with the gauntlet. Thanos will hold Captain Marvel by the neck, and he knows her powers come from the Space Stone. He starts to extract the energy from her with the Power Stone and delivers it back to the Space Stone, but Roman Day interfered and prevents Thanos from killing her. Yes, you've got to check his suit, it's full Nova Force. The Avengers suits are created as a life support for the quantum realm and the outer space. Obviously, in the first Ant-Man film, you do have Michael Douglas's character going on to Scott Lang, and obviously Hank Pym says, I've for decades I've tried keeping this technology out of Tony Stark's hands, or the Stark's hands. So obviously, with Scott Lang with him and everything else now, he has the technology for the quantum realm and everything else. Yes, they're revisiting the past movies, right? This is where we've seen it before as well. So, Ultron is in the movie, but only when they visit the events of Age of Ultron, and they're using previous footage from James Spader that he recorded in 2014. Spader only returned the voiceover for EndGame. They're not stealing the stones in the past, they're copying each of them. Again, there's a lot of stuff here that has been supposedly leaked before on 4chan and a few other places. So they have a lot of data from Vision, and they know the molecular structure of it is similar to the one created by Tony Stark in one of his movies. The Professor Hulk is controlled using the bath technology. They try a prototype using vibranium to build a gauntlet, but it fails for being unstable. They end up building the gauntlet with Uru metal from Thor's hammer that ended up on Yakuza's hand. This is why Barton Ronan is there, to recover all the pieces of it from their hands. Obviously in the trailer we do see Ronan and obviously Hawkeye. We do see him in full-on Ronin gear in Tokyo or somewhere else where it looks like, and he is killing a bunch of Yakuza. So, the gauntlet is forged to fit the Hulk. The only two capable of using it is Thor and the Hulk due to the neural system. Vision will live as an IA for a while, and he's helping them on the job. Thanos will hunt them down through time, As expected, the Time Stone belonging to a younger Doctor Strange was given to Thanos. The Dead Men spell comes into action, and Thanos remains stuck at the events of the first Avengers movie, buying them for time. So if Thanos appears in the first Avengers film, obviously somewhere, that's going to be pretty cool. I do like that. Then you have Thanos knows the consequences of changing the past. Doctor Strange is sort of acting like Adam Warlock, guiding the Avengers. Yes, the Ancient One is in the movie. They'll visit her for the Time Stone. Captain Marvel will only interact with the Avengers in the third act. Not too bad, suppose. That scene where Rocket opens a door on the trailer, it's a CGI shot composed by real footage from Cove Harbour, Scotland. They're looking for the Asgardian survivors, especially Valkyrie. Yes, they'll enter Valhalla because they need the Valkyrie's Legion. Yes, Thor will speak to Frigga and Odin, so Odin is back, that's cool. Yes, Captain Marvel can time travel using the Kree device with a lot of limitations, the same one Scott Lang brought with him. They'll fall on different scenarios, forcing them to jump to other time to try another stone. Yes, the creative team decided to tone down Captain Marvel for this movie, so Thanos extracted a good amount of her powers. Thanos will find them at Xandar, but the line, "We should just cut the wire," is real, but it was never placed on Xandar. It's on Earth. This is one of the scenes I mentioned earlier that was written originally with Captain Marvel, arriving and punching Thanos. I know they did the same scene with Thor. They end up completing the gauntlet with the Time Stone. All the Avengers fighting Thanos to hold him off while the Hulk brings all of them back, but his arm explodes. Right, okay. Captain America runs to the gauntlet and Tony tries to help him, but he says, "No, Tony, sometimes we just can't cut the wire." And he ends up finishing the job, wielding the gauntlet while ending up disintegrating himself as a result of the power. Captain America brings back everyone at the cost of his own life and the gauntlet. This will blow your mind, but it's literally everyone against Thanos, exactly like in the comics. It was a huge, huge scene, and it took 5 months of planning. There was a few cases here and there of additional scenes with the actors. Everyone that turned into dust was repaired. As far as I know, Gamora is the one who was dead for good. Ooh, that's interesting, because that's been floating around now for a while, that Gamora is the only one who would die in EndGame. Thanos is defeated and the Infinity Stones destroyed, but with the destruction of the stones, it ends freeing a cosmic entity that will be the next huge thing for the MCU. At least for now, Thanos is dead. And it goes on to say that the ending is Captain America's funeral and Tony retires. So he would probably bring on another Iron Man or Ironheart, so it depends which one. So, and they do say here, regarding the credit scenes, it's usually the last piece on the movie. There were discussions, but I have a guess it's related to Doctor Strange and a very secret scene with Chroma in Atlanta. Sounds like the cosmic entity that helped Ant-Man is talking to Doctor Strange. But they also go on to say, if it's decided to go with 2, they'll probably throw a piece of Spider-Man Far From Home into it. So, with all of that, to be honest with you, if that is the exact movie, I'd be fucking happy with that, because it sounds fucking awesome. And if you remember, they did say just before they were filming that there is one scene with like 60 or 70 characters all in the scene. And if they saved over here where they say it's everyone against Thanos, you know, it's exactly like the comics, then that is what they're on about. To be honest with you, I can't wait for EndGame. I am literally so fucking pumped. I can't wait. EndGame is going to be the biggest, I think it'll probably be the biggest film ever. It'll probably, actually, I don't think it'll be 2.7 billion, but I'm pretty sure it'll get 2.4, 2.5 billion, because it's going to be a huge film. A huge film. And obviously, the way they've done this story out, that would actually roughly be 3 hours in the film, maybe a little bit more. And we have had reports, obviously, that other people are coming back for it. And you know what? I can't wait for it. Again, take this with a bit of salt, because we don't know if it is going to be this or not. But if this is the actual plot, I'm happy for it, because I think that's bloody brilliant. I absolutely like the way it sounds. So, if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you guys soon.